Hi, I'm Stacy with the Bonneville Shop.
And I'm Ashley with Bonneville Shop, and we have our T120R rebuild here. And maybe like some of you, you may not know as much about motorcycles as you'd like. So Stacy's gonna give me a little lesson on what we have going on here today. So what do we got?
Well, today we're going to pull the rest of the drive side bearing out of this case.
Okay.
Well, we might not be pulling it out today, but we'll see that later. What we have to do is we're going to talk about aluminum and steel. Steel, of course, is a much denser material than aluminum is. Aluminum has these air pockets, you can almost feel it. When you get aluminum to 300 degrees, it expands, and steel does too, but not as much.
Okay.
Okay, the steel has to get much hotter to expand at the rate the aluminum does. So 300 is just about the perfect temperature for that.
Okay.
When we get to 300, this bearing waste will probably just about fall out. If not, you might be able to just go like this to a piece of wood, and it'll fall out.
Okay.
That's when it's 300 degrees, where you're going to be wearing oven mitts or something, welding gloves.
Question for you. Tapping in on a piece of wood like that, are you gonna damage the case at all?
No, as long as the wood's just wood with no metal in it, it'll be fine.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is a little bit of shock, a little bit of repercussion, cause it to vibrate out.
All right.
And if all of that fails when it's really hot, we're gonna have to use one of these.
All right, what is this?
This goes inside. There's no place to hammer this down out here without hitting this stupid piece of rubber, and that's not gonna do anything either.
Okay, and you don't want to damage it, right?
Well, we're gonna replace that piece of rubber too.
Okay.
We're replacing all that stuff.
All right,
what
so
you gotta
tell me
do-
about that guy.
This guy fits inside of the race. When the internal bearing parts are out of it, that fits inside of there. This makes it expand. What we were talking about earlier is we had to actually mush these in in order to make it fit, because as it was shipping, it vibrated like this, and the wedge pried these apart. And we especially have to use these on the later models, the 79s with the C2 bearings. For some reason, the older bikes, it comes out real easy with heat. The newer bikes, 70s bikes, that's not so easy. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, but I know this tool really wasn't popular until the late 70s.
Do all 72s come with a C2 bearing?
No, everything is 78 and later. Well, everything's 73 and later in the 750 version.
All right.
Okay, let's mush this down.
Let's mush it down.
We're not moving it a whole bunch. Just enough to make it go in there easy. You hear it creaking? That's its metal coming in. Creak. It didn't want to fit in our race when we first got it, but now it fits in there perfect with plenty of room.
All right. Nice. So what do we do once we've got that to fit in there?
This is our wedge,
Okay.
and this pries these pieces apart. This is our threaded bolt that goes to the wedge, and it forces it down to cause these to spread apart and to fit inside of the race. Now when you're doing this, when you're heating up your case, and you're going to use this tool to take it out, you don't want to get very tight. We need our Allen wrench, and we're going to tighten it up just to where it holds it. Not to the point where it's distorting the steel. I have them over there from when I was doing something. That's where it distorts the steel so much that it defeats the purpose of spreading the cases apart. Getting them hot got this braces big. However, if we tighten this up too much, it defeats that entire purpose.
Allen wrenches. All right. Yeah.
Haha.
Perfect.
There we go. This is what you're going to see from this side. Once you start stretching out, it'll stop spinning on you.
Okay.
Now we stretched out that. We got it to where it's not spinning anymore. I would say about this much.
Okay.
About 1/8 of a turn. You tighten it up any more than that, you're stretching the steel out and defeating the whole point of heating up the case.
Okay.
Once it's good and warm, if it doesn't want to come out from there, okay, and you've already smacked it on its side, it doesn't want to come out, take a brass hammer and strike this. It'll just fall right out.
Tell me why a brass hammer.
Because you don't want to hurt any of the aluminum. Brass is softer than steel, brass is softer than aluminum.
All right.
Whenever using a force and machining, you use a brass hammer or a brass square, a brass drift, something made of bronze or brass.
Oh.
Actually bronze, I should have said brass. It should be bronze.
Should be bronze? All right.
So when we tighten that up, when we heat it up, there's two ways of doing it. Some people say, go ahead and grab this and jerk it from side to side. I don't agree with that, because you're making the steel move like this.
You're shifting it.
You're shifting it, you're stretching up this hole. I think the best way to do it is from center right here and knock it out.
Okay.
That way it comes out even.
So a question, when I heat this in my oven, I'm going to heat it to 300 degrees. I'm going to get my brass hammer. Is there a time limit to when this
It will take it
cooling
about
down?
20 minutes for it to cool back down at the most.
Okay.
So you got about 20 minutes?
I probably do that.
But like I said, I would put this in here first so you're not dealing with it while it's hot.
Right,
Heat it up like
'cause it's gonna
this.
transfer some-
Right, heat it up like this. And if
Okay.
it doesn't just fall out, strike that with a brass hammer.
All right. So I'm going to take it home. I'm going to put it in my oven. I'm going to heat it up for 40 minutes, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to put our race removal tool in there.
Oh, and what
tighten
else
it up.
we're gonna do before you take it home and do that? We're gonna
Okay.
take this transmission door off.
Okay.
Because it's got a seal in there that we.
Don't want to heat up.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna replace it anyway. But there's no point in having a bare piece of rubber in there if you don't.
Okay.
need it.
All right.
And for some reason, I've heated up the case on the late 70s bikes, and it never seems to want to just fall out like
Okay.
on the 60s bikes. You end up having to use this tool. This way we don't gotta cook an extra piece of rubber for that reason.
Cool.
There it went.
All right. All right. It's ready for my part of the job now. Is there anything else I need to know?
That's about it for now.
All right. So stay tuned for part B of the footage where I heat this bad
Case
boy
up
up. I
in
heat
the
this
oven.
case up, because I'm the only lady here at the shop. I'm the only one who has a kitchen.
We don't have a barbecue either.
I know. We need to. If y'all want to send emails to orders@thebonnevilleshop.com, say forward to Boss Man. Get these people a grill.
Yeah, barbecue.
We want to barbecue out.
Gas.
Anyway. So, all right. Stay tuned. Hi again. Welcome back. We're in the kitchen now. We've got our case here with our main bearing in it. Stacy gave us a little tutorial on what to do with this in the oven, since we don't technically have an oven in the shop. We're going to be working on removing our main race bearing here. We're going to heat it up in the oven for 300 degrees, 40 minutes, give or take. If it doesn't fall out, we're going to be using this guy to see if we can get it out. This is our race bearing removal tool. It's part number 61-7017. We'll link that up in the video so you don't have to damage your case to get it out. So this is for our 1968 T120R. It's been sitting around for a while, and if removing our sludge trap was any indication of how this is gonna go, it might be a lot of work. So stay tuned. I'm about to stick it in the oven. Let's turn this guy on. We'll do 300. Start. And I do have an internal thermometer, so we'll see how the temperature goes, and we'll see it get up to 300 and see how it goes. All right. Would you like to say anything? You want to say hi? I guess that's a no hello from the shop boy, but maybe we'll get him on camera later. All right. All right, so we got the beep on the oven. You know what the beep on the oven means? It means it is at 300 degrees. Just double check down there. There it is, 300 degrees. So a couple tips for you, ladies. If your husband is really possessive of his oven for all his baking and home goods or whatever, you can actually use the barbecue. It's a good thing to get a thermostat so that you know how high your oven is. You can also use your smoker. You can use your Traeger. If you don't have any of those, you can use an old-fashioned blowtorch. So find a tool, heat up that metal, let it expand so that we can get this main bearing out. It's heated up to 300 degrees. We've got a race bearing removal tool inside the race, and so hopefully we'll be able to take it out fairly easily, but we will see what happens. So let's remember proper safety equipment. We're gonna see how hard this is to get in here. I'm just gonna, oh, it's actually spinning in there, so I'm just gonna try to pull it out, and it that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. It actually just pulled out. We didn't have to use a hammer from the other side, from this side here, to knock it out at all. We're going to take our case back to the shop and get it cleaned up in the parts washer.
I got a little bit of oil here on my baking sheet, so I'll probably just sell it on Craigslist for someone else to bake their cookies on. So if you're in the Denver area, keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, go ahead and hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow along to our 1968 T120R Triumph rebuild project, and we look forward to getting your comments below. Thanks.